Time for my 142nd John Carpenter game, Want to Be Millionaire, the Australian first edition for the DUD.
So you fancy another go at winning the million? Okay, best of luck. Let's play. Okay, for $100, here's question number 1.
Okay. Lead singer of Culture Club was who, George? Uncle, girl, boy? That'd be boy, George.
That's correct. Well played. Have a look at question number 2. It's worth $200.
What is a designer check set to do? Bounce, tumble, disintegrate, implode. That'd be bounce. Dishonor is the full meaning of a bad check, so.
Here's question number 3. It's worth $300.
1906, which disaster struck the U.S. city of San Francisco? Earthquake, tidal wave, tornado, volcanic eruption. That'd be an earthquake. I know Overdue, Millionaire, and Chill, Tom will defer to me on that question.
Remember, a wrong answer here, and you will leave with nothing. Sure, that won't happen. Question number 4.
A Methodist belongs to a denomination of which religion? Buddhism, Islam, Hinduism, Christianity. That'd be Christianity, ain't it?
It's absolutely correct. Well done. Get the next question correct, and you'll leave with at least $1,000. Good luck. Here comes question number 5.
In 2002 was a remix of the Elvis Presley song A Little Less to Eat, Talk, Chat, Conversation. That'd be a little less conversation, actually.
Congratulations, that's the right answer. You've reached the first milestone, that's $1,000. Have a look at question 6. It could double your money to $2,000.
Okay.
Who wrote the Oscar-winning song for 1984, I Just Called to Say I Love You? Paul McCartney, Chris Christopherson, Peter Allen,
That'd be Stevie Wonder. And I'm not a massive Stevie Wonder fan, actually. Even though I am familiar with him, I just not interested in him. There's a pianist, lead singers. I think my favorite by far has got to be Elton John. With I think Tom Waits second.
Good luck. What is the background color on the Olympic flag? Blue, yellow, green, white.
That'd be white. A white background with 5 interlocking rings.
Okay, if you choose the right answer to the next question, you can double your money to $8,000. Let's have a look at question 8 of 15. A prominent Australian fashion designer is Alana who? Hill, Hall, Hull.
That'd be Alana Hill. Never in my life would I see hell as an option choice. I mean, there is a question in the U.S. second edition PC game about from No Exit, and hell is ever people, apparently.
What single colour are Aberdeen Angus cattle? White, grey, brown, black.
Oh, shit. This one always gives me fits. It's not white, it's not grey. Isn't it black? Yes! I had down to brown and black. That's where Angus beef comes from, actually. I had down to brown and black, and then about 30% of the time I often say brown when I get this question. So I was looking up, I say, yeah, it had to be black. So.
And you lose $15,000. Get it right, and you win $32,000 guaranteed. Michael Foucault's Les Sylphides is a famous what? Opera, musical, ballet.
Happy ballet.
Wonderful. That's the right answer. Question number 11 is worth $64,000. You would still walk away with $32,000 even if you get it wrong. Let's hope you don't.
Okay.
In 1975, part of Hobart's Tasman Bridge collapsed after being hit by which ship? Celtic Star, Cape Don, Bass Trader, Lake
A bit ago, I was actually reading the article on Wikipedia actually pretty recently. Actually, it was the 18th and 19th pier was actually destroyed by Lake Illawarra. It was MV Lake Illawarra was the ship, and wasn't open until '77. So, and there's actually an image look online of two cars that had their front wheels over where the Tasman Bridge had broke. So
it's number 12 or 15. Take your time. It's a lot of money. The Andaman Islands are just south of which body of water? Arabian Sea, Bay of Bengal, Coral Sea, Gulf of Thailand.
that'd be the Bay of Bengal. I believe it's south of the Nicobar Islands actually,
Absolutely spot on. Well
which I
done.
believe are Indian owned actually, Andaman and Nicobar.
Right, now just relax and take your time. The next question is number 13 of a possible 15. If you answer and you're wrong, you will drop back to $52,000. Here's the question for $250,000.
Okay.
What devastated the Queensland towns of Innisfail and Babinda in March 1918? Fire, earthquake, influenza.
That'd be a cyclone. So we got the Tasman Bridge one, and then the infamous the 1918 Queensland cyclone, which I believe is the Pacific term for a tornado. Actually, I was thinking typhoon, but that's hurricane.
Very,
So
very serious. You are only 2 correct answers away from winning $1 million. But if you give me a wrong answer here, you will lose $218,000. Have a look at question number 14 and think very carefully about what you want to do.
okay.
Which 2.08 metre Croatian knocked Leighton Hewitt out of Wimbledon 2003 in the first round? Stani Petrov, Ivo Karlovic, Janis Davidovic.
Be Ivo Karlovic who won it. That was the first time Roger Federer ended up winning Wimbledon, being Mark Philippoussis in the finals actually. As for this one, because Balthasar is out, so 1 in 19 odds currently. I'll say for this one.
Fantastic! You've played a brilliant game so far, and now have $500,000. But we would really like to give you.
I'll go No Coward,
$1
which be
million. As long as you
wanted to
know.
live it. That was my first ever John Carpenter game.
$1
So
million question. The Australian Atomic Energy Commission was established in which year? 1953, 1946, 1949,
it'd be 53, and I think Drexler had this on his old channel about top price failures. Australian one. I'm never getting it wrong again. So
You could have walked away with $500,000.
yeah, I think that was.
Instead, you'll be walking away with
I think it was my sixth new question that was new actually. It was after the Melville question, I believe. So
What a tremendous game. All 15 questions answered correctly. Well done. You are a virtual millionaire.
okay.
Well done, and thank you for playing. Who wants to be a millionaire?
Yeah, that question. Of the questions I've seen here, I think the two rarest ones I know for a fact are Alec Isagonis, which is $64,000, about which card did he design, and then one for $500,000, which I think it was about Carbon Dang actually, about what age was a certain tomb actually. And I think I had that in my early games actually. Maybe I knew it was within the first. I think it was in the first 50 actually. That question. I've only had this once, got it right, so yeah. Other than that, there's not too many new questions I haven't seen in this game so far. But as I was but as I said, but now I'm saying this. Thanks for watching.